Good morning and welcome to your Vinyasa. My name is Pele. So this morning we're gonna focus on our hips, releasing into our hips, shoulders, and also activating our core to support our lower back. We're gonna look at how we're gonna come in to unravel our spine and strengthen our spine. So we're gonna start with our breathing exercise. I feel that it's really important to activate our breath before we start moving into more of our vinyasa. So come to the most comfortable seat that you can. You can sit up on a cushion or you can sit cross-legged. So whatever is so comfortable for you, find yourself in the most comfortable way that you can sit up. So from here, just closing down your eyes. And just bringing your whole awareness to your whole body. It might be it's still a bit cold. And see if you can allow that lightness of your head. Allowing everything to sort of like just settle down towards you. Let the air carry you. You might feel the lightness of your head. And releasing any thoughts that might be coming in and just let it be. Let it come and go. Focusing in one point of your practice this morning. It could be a color. It could be a word. It could be something that resonates with you. But whatever it is, return your focus into that every time you feel that you start drifting away from your practice. And slowly open your eyes. And we will start with our breathing. So you're going to take a full inhale. So you inhale through your nose and out through your nose. Inhale, float your arms out halfway. Exhale, bend your elbows and bring it towards center. Inhale, lift your arms up towards the sky, take your gaze up. And exhale, release your arms down. So we're going to take 4 of those and focusing on our breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Three more. And maybe when you're taking your last one, you can close your eyes. And slowly from here, walking your left hand out to the side and dropping your head over to the right shoulder. So press the mat away with your fingertips and allow your head to be heavy onto the right side. And slowly coming back to center, walking your right fingertips out and drop your head over to the left. And slowly coming back to center. From here, we're going to come to all fours, tabletop. So we're going to come to cat and cow pose and just warming up our spine here. So sticking your hips right over your knees and shoulders right over your wrist. So take a full inhale, bring your sternum forward, lifting your gaze slightly up. As you exhale, hug your belly in and arch your back up towards the sky, unraveling your spine. Inhale, bring your sternum forward. And exhale, draw it in and arching it back up. So we take 3 more of those. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And pause at the end of your inhale. Begin your exhale as you move your body and pause at the end of your exhale. And slowly coming back to neutral position. And from here, you're going to sway your hips over to the left and drawing a figure eight. So over or any other variation. So, but just moving our spine here, awakening here, our hips, shoulders. And then reverse. And just allowing your head to move with it. Incorporate it with your breath. And slowly coming back to neutral. From here, you're going to take your right arm up, lift it up towards the sky. As you exhale, bring it underneath your left arm. Bring your right here towards the mat. We're going to move this one, just working into our shoulders. Inhale, float your arms up. Take your gaze up. Exhale, draw it underneath. One more before we pause. Inhale. And just pause here. And slowly releasing your hand off the mat and over to the other side. Take a full inhale, float your arms up. As you exhale, bring it underneath. Inhale, float it up. And exhale, bring it through. One more inhale. And just pause here. Maintaining your hips right over your knees. And just bringing your body weight onto your left shoulder. And slowly releasing from here. And from here, we're going to come to child's pose. Widen your knees out and sink your hips back. Your big toes touch and walk your fingertips forward, allowing your head to come down towards the mat. And maybe your hips are still not quite open up to coming to this pose. Maybe a little bit of rock forward and back that will allow your hips to release it out. So allowing that movement to opening out to your hips. Relaxing your shoulders and just pause here. Slowly coming up onto your fingertips, walking your hands over to the left side and feel a nice stretch here onto your right side body. Allow your head to come down between your arms, or you can just stay up. Maintain your right hip back towards your heel and focus back onto your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And slowly from here, walking over to the right side, same thing. Relaxing the left shoulder down, focusing on bringing your left hip back. And slowly coming back to center. And stretch out here for 2 more breaths. Maybe you can come up onto your fingertips, activate here your child's pose. And slowly coming up to tabletop. So from here, you're going to bring your right foot to the outside of your right wrist. So walking it slightly forward, turning your right foot to 45 degrees. And bring your left hip forward. And we're going to roll into our hips. So drawing a big circle onto your right hip. So take it really slowly. And just feel into how your hips this morning. And then reverse over the other side. And slowly from here, straighten your right foot forward. And then from here, you're going to sink your hip back towards your heel. You can come up onto your fingertips and just pause here. Or otherwise, you can come up onto the side and allow your forehead to come down towards your shin. Slowly bend your knee, come forward. Release your right foot back. Switch over to the other side. Left foot come out. Turning your left foot to 45 degrees. Sink further to your hips. And you can leave your hands here and draw a circle. And some people prefer to just bring their hands on top of their foot. So whatever suits you. So in drawing that circle, Feeling it in here to your hips. Maintaining your focus in your body of how you move. Into a reverse here. And slowly walking your foot back, pointing your toes forward, and walk your hands back to sink back onto your hips. Flexing your left toes towards your shin. This is either you can stay here or lead with your heart and come forward and bow. And slowly coming back forward. Bring back your left foot back to tabletop. And from here, we're going to come to downward facing dog. Sink your hips back first, and then lift your hips high and coming to downward facing dog. So always remember you can bend your knees. You don't have to have a straight leg. And just walking out your dog here, left and right. Maybe straighten the left leg, bend the right knee, and reverse to the other side. And from here, you're going to look forward and walk to the front of your mat. Find a forward fold. Allow your head to relax. Hold onto your elbows, widen your feet slightly out, and just sway your body from side to side. Ragdoll. And slowly release your hands. So we're going to come to a halfway lift. Take a full inhale, find halfway lift. You can bring your hands to your shin, flat back. Exhale to release. Good, 2 more. Inhale to halfway lift. Maybe bring your hands to your chest and lift away from the mat. Ground the head forward. And exhale to release. Last one. Inhale, maybe your fingertips to the side. Chest forward. And exhale to release. Find the Dasana. Slowly unravel your body up. Your head come out last. Sweep your arms up towards the sky. And bring your palms to heart center. And pause. Take a full inhale, float your arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift with your inhale. And step back to plank. Come down to your knees. Lower chest and chin down. Through to cobra pose. Chest lift, shoulders away from your ears. To downward facing dog. Soften your knees. Look forward. Step, walk, or float to the front of your mat to halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to release. Tadasana with your inhale, come all the way up. Reach up towards the sky, lifting your chest and take your gaze slightly up. Bring your fingertips back. Bring your palms to heart center. Bend your knees and forward fold. Halfway lift with your inhale and step back to plank. Lower your knees to the mat and bring your chest and chin down. Through to cobra pose, chest lift, elbows in. Hips back to downward facing dog. Soften your knees, look forward, step, walk, or float to a halfway lift. Exhale to release. Tadasana with your inhale, slowly come all the way up. Reach up and take your gaze up. Bring your palms to heart center, bend your knees, forward fold. Halfway lift with your inhale, step back to plank. Take your vinyasa either your knees or you can come to chaturanga. Elbows bend, come down halfway. Through to upward facing dog. To downward facing dog. Soften your knees. Look forward. Step, walk or float. Find halfway lift. Exhale to release. Tadasana with your inhale. Come all the way up. Reach up towards the sky. Taking a gentle back bend here. Hips forward. Chest lift. And gaze up. Bring your palms to heart center. And forward fold. Halfway lift with your inhale. Step back to plank. Taking your version of Vinyasa, Chaturanga, or to come to your knees, Cobra or upward facing dog, to downward facing dog. Soften your knees, look forward. Step, walk or float to halfway lift. Exhale to release. Tadasana with your inhale, come all the way up. Reach up towards the sky, taking a gentle bend bend. And bring your palms to heart center and pause. Inhale, float your arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift with your inhale. Step your right foot back. Lower the back knee down. Take a full inhale. Sweep your arms forward and up. Sink further to your front hip. Lift your chest to find Anjaneyasana. Slowly release your hands to the mat. Pick up the back knee, find easy twist, or you can leave your knee down. Release your hand and frame your front foot. Float your left foot back to plank and take a Vinyasa low. Cobra or upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Right leg lift, inhale. Flex your toes, bend your knee and open up your hip. And just pause here for 3. Lifting your knee up for 2. And for 1. Square hip off. Step and replace it with your right hand. Come up onto your fingertips, find a halfway lift. As you exhale, straighten the front leg and bow your head. Bend your front knee to halfway. Step through to a forward fold. Inhale to Tadasana, come all the way up. Reach up towards the sky. Bring your palms to heart center and lower to a forward fold. Halfway lift with your inhale. Step your left foot back. Lower the back knee down. Take a full inhale, sweep your arms up. Sink further to your front hip. And maintain your right knees forward. Lifting your chest and gaze up. Release your hand and frame your front foot. Pick up the back knee or leave it on the mat. Find an easy twist. Release your hand and frame your front foot. Hug you, activate your core now to float your right leg back to plank. Take a Vinyasa, either come to your knees and lower down to Cobra, or you can do your Chaturanga to downward facing dog. And just walk up your dog here, left and right. Left leg floated up. Flex your toes, bend your knee, and open up to your hip. And hold here for 3, for 2, and for 1. Straighten your left leg and step and replace it with your left hand. Come up and do a halfway lift, chest forward, engage the back leg, and straighten both legs and bow your head towards your shin. Bend your front knee and step through to a forward fold. Tadasana with your inhale, come all the way up. Interlace all 10 fingers, turning the palm of your hands up towards the sky. Take a full inhale here and slowly bring it over to the right, sending your left hip away to the left. Coming back to center, take another full inhale and over to the left side. Coming back to center, bring your palms to heart center and forward fold. Halfway lift with your inhale. Step your right foot back. Drop your right knee down, take a full inhale, sweep your arms up. Anjaneyasana. And from here, you're going to bring your hands to heart center. Take a full inhale, lengthen forward, and find a twist over to the left side. Bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Press the palm of hand down, the left hand down, and spin your chest over. Slowly coming back to center. Release your right hand down, float the left arm up, find easy twist. You've been here before. Frame your front foot. Find a halfway lift chest forward. And exhale, sink your head back. Bend your front knee, step back to plank, and take your Vinyasa low. Cobra or upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Soften your knees, look forward, step, walk or float to halfway lift. Exhale to release. Bring your big toes to touch. Lower your hips down, find Uttanasana, float your arms up. Squeeze your knees together. And lift your chest and look up. And hook your thumb together and slowly come all the way up. Lifting your heels off the mat and pause. Bring your palms to heart center. Lower your heels down towards the mat. As you lower your hips down, forward fold. Halfway lift with your inhale. Step your left foot back. Lower the back knee down. Take a full inhale. Float your arms up. And sink further to your hip. Coming back to center. Palms to heart center. We're going to find the twist. Full inhale, find the length. And twist over to the right. Coming back to center. Release your hand and frame your front foot. Pick up the back knee. Float your right arm up. Find easy twist with your gaze up. Release your hands and frame your front foot. Straighten the front leg and bow your head. Bend your front knee. Step back to plank. Here comes your Vinyasa, either knees, chaturanga, cobra or upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Soften your knees, look forward, step, walk or float the front of your mat. Release the forward fold. Bring your big toes to touch. Drop your hips down, float your arms up, Uttanasana. Bend your elbows, lift your heels, squeeze your knees together, and lower your hips. Hold for 3, for 2, and for 1. Come all the way up. Reach up towards the sky. Bring your palms to heart center and pause. Widen your feet out slightly wider to your mat. And from here, you're going to come down to Malasana. So bend both knees and lower down to Malasana. And just pause here. And from here, there's a little change here to our Malasana. From Malasana here, you're going to drop both knees forward. Line up the back of your foot, draw it in. And from here, you're going to inhale, unravel, and float your arms up. Slowly coming down. Bring your hands down to the mat. Hop back to Malasana again. And lower your hands down to the mat. Lift to a forward fold. Very nice. Halfway lift with your inhale. And step back to plank. To downward facing dog, hips back. Right leg lift, inhale. Flex your toes again and bend your knee and open up. Square hip off. Step and replace. Drop your back foot down. Find warrior 1 with your inhale. Come all the way up. So maintaining your right knee in line with your toes. And lift your heart up. Sink through your front hip. And gaze maybe up. And from here, we're going to open up to warrior 2. Inhale to reverse. Float your right arm up. Maybe taking your gaze down towards your left foot. And release your hands and frame your front foot. Step back to plank and take a vinyasa. To downward facing dog. Left leg lift, inhale. Flex your toes and bend your knee and open up to your hip. Square hip off, step and replace. Drop the back heel down, full inhale, warrior one. Sink further to your front hip, but activate the back leg and lift it up. Open up to warrior two. Inhale to reverse, float your left arm up. Release your hands and frame your front foot. Float back to plank and take your vinyasa. To downward facing dog. Widen your feet out. Look forward. You're going to float to Malasana. So bend your knees and float. Nice. And from here, we're going to do the same little things that we've done before. Drop your knees down. Tuck your feet underneath and take a full inhale. Float your arms up. Drop the left hand down and hold on to your left heel, lifting the right arm up and look up. And slowly coming all the way back, lifting out to Malasana. Place your hands down to the mat. Lift your hips up. The forward fold. Find a halfway lift with your inhale. And step back to plank. To downward facing dog. We're going to add on right leg left. Flex your toes, bend your knee and open up to your hip. You can stay here or otherwise hop into wild thing or flip top. Float your arms up and allow your head to come forward. And slowly bend both knees, draw and using your core to return back to one-legged dog. Inhale here. Draw your knee towards your chest, maybe kissing your knee. Send it back with your inhale. And towards center again. Lift it up. Step and replace. Drop your back heel down. Warrior one. We've been here before. Open up to warrior two. Inhale to reverse. The side angle pose. So you can bring your right forearm on top of your thigh, sweep your left arm in front of you, send it forward, peeling your chest over towards the front. Engage the back leg, press down to the outer edge of your back foot, and lengthen. You can drop your right hand down if you wish. Find warrior two. And from here, you're going to sweep your right arm underneath your left. Take a full inhale, draw your elbows forward and up. As you exhale, you're going to lower it down to humble warrior. So we got two more of humble warrior. So your inhale, power up your core to come all the way up with your legs. Lift and lift your chest. And exhale, slow it down and come all the way down. Last one, take a full inhale. Come all the way up. And exhale, draw it down. Release your hands and frame your front foot. From here, you're going to roll onto the outer edge of your left foot and find side plank. If you like to modify this pose, you can drop your back knee down and come over to the side. So otherwise, right foot to meet the left and float your arms up. Hand lower your right hand down, find your plank, take your vinyasa low, cobra or upward facing dog, to downward facing dog. Well done. Left leg, left inhale. Flex your toes, bend your knee and open up to your hip. Stay here or drop into wild thing or flip dog. Lifting your hips away from the mat and opening up to the front body. Find one-legged dog, taking your time. Take a full inhale here. Kiss your knee as you come forward and kill it in. Send it back. Kiss your knee again. Step and replace. Warrior one with your inhale, come all the way up. Open up to warrior two. Inhale to reverse, float your left arm up. To side angle pose. Elongate your body first. Either your fingertips down to a block or book or whatever, or just rest lightly on top. Left, right arm is float forward and reach it forward. Turning your chest to open up to the right side. Coming back to warrior two. Sweep your left hand underneath your right. Take a full inhale, draw it forward and up. And as you exhale, draw it down. So we got two more. Power off your leg and core. Lift your upper body up with your inhale. Very nice. And lower down with control. And last one. Inhale, find the lift. And exhale, lower. Pause here. Release your hands. Frame your front foot. And from here, you're going to come to your side plank on this side, or you take your modification. So floating the left arm up, lifting the right hip, and avoid dropping the head down. Lower your left hand down, taking your Vinyasa, Chaturanga, or come to your knees. Cobra or upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Widen your feet out. We're going to hop into Malasana. Bend your knees and float forward. And pause here. Same little sequence that we've done before. Drop the knees down. Tuck your toes underneath. Take a full inhale. And you can lift. Maybe bringing your hands to your back to support your lower back. And maybe you got some other version of camel pose that you can bring your hips forward, lifting your heart and look up. And slowly coming forward. Find Malasana again. And this time you can stay in Malasana. Happy to stay in Malasana. Otherwise, hug your knees into your armpit. Place your hands down to the mat and lift your hips up. And you're going to hop into crow. So some of you maybe just leave your foot on the mat and just give it a go so you can feel how you're coming to crow. Your belly has to be really hug up, floating the foot off the mat if you can. Why not? And slowly release. We made the Malasana. And from here, you're going to come all the way up to Tadasana. Reach out your fingertips towards the sky. Bring your palms to heart center. And pause. Take a full inhale. If you're not in the front of your mat, come to the front of your mat. Take a full inhale, float your arms up. As the exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift with your inhale. And step back to plank. Come down to your right forearm and left forearm. Forearm plank. Now to modify this pose, dip your knees down, but maintain your hips slightly come forward. So you can find that level of your back. And really firm down into your forearm. Lifting your chest away from the mat. Crown of the head forward. Slightly taking your heels back. And everything is moving to mid-center. Your head is really relaxed. There's no tension on your neck or your head. And hold. And slowly from here, you're going to bend your knees and start walking up to dolphin pose. So you can just walk your feet up as far as you can. You don't have to forcing it. So your hip eventually coming over your shoulders. Bend your right knee, float your right leg up and hold. Bend your right knee and lower your foot down and switch over the other side. Same thing. Maintain the pressing down onto your forearm and bend and lower. Drop your knees to the mat, knees together. Sweep your arms behind you to pause in embryo. And slowly coming forward, find downward facing dog. So we're going to come to a sequence of standing one leg balance. So right leg lift and held. And from here, you're going to step it to the middle of your mat. Bend your left knee, bring your palms to heart center, and find that little crouch now. Really engage your legs, lengthen your upper body forward. And from here, you're going to take it slowly, floating the left leg off the mat as you straighten the front leg, lifting the left heel away from up towards the sky, flexing your toes towards your shin. And from here, sweep your arms out wide and take it forward to find warrior three. Hug your belly in. And from here, you're going to bring your palms to heart center and sweep your leg through. Bring your left knee, left foot, legs, wrap it around your right. And left hand underneath the right to find your equal pose. Remember, you don't have to wrap it right around to lose the alignment of your hips. So draw your elbows forward, focus on one point, and lower your hips, just squeezing your knees together. And slowly from here, draw your elbows towards your chest, unravel your legs, sweep it back, arms open up to aeroplane. And from here, we're going to come to half moon. You can use your block if you want to. We're going to hop into your couch and support yourself from there. The left hand, you can bring it up, but if it's causing you to unbalance, it's better to just rest on top of your left hip. And slowly from here, bend both knees and coming down to forward fold. From here, you step your right foot back and slowly coming up. Doing that crouch, really engaged, drawing this hip forward, left hip back. Hug your belly in, chest lift, and slowly floating the right as you straighten the left without locking your knee. Drop the right hip down. Sweep your arms forward and shoot it forward. Nice. Bring your palms heart center. And from here, you're going to sweep your right leg through and wrap your left. Right arm sweep under. And if you can't wrap your arm, this is just perfect. So you can just hold on your shoulder. By pointing, see if you can point your right toes towards back. Focus on one point, lifting the elbows up and take it away. Feel the stretch here on the back of your shoulders. And slowly draw it in. Unravel your legs. Send it back. Open up to aeroplane. Lift your chest. Nice. And from here, slowly turning to find half moon. You can float your fingertips. You can use a block, right hand onto your hips, or you can float it up. And slowly bending both knees, can come down. Inhale, sweep up. Bring your palms to heart center and pause. So from here, we're going to come into dancer's pose. Then we go to tree pose. So turn the right arm out. Palm of your hands is turned out. And maintain turning out and just bring it in. Either you'll hold for the inside or outside, whatever suits you. So bring your right knee as close as you can towards your left knee. From here, you're going to take a full inhale. Either you're going to float your arms up, or you can just float straight forward. If you find that your shoulders doesn't like it being yanking out, just bring it out forward. And kick back onto your hand and kick up. Avoid your right knee flaring out to the side. It's a straight kick back and up. And slowly release, rolling your shoulders and over to the other side. So either from the inside or outside, bring your knee close to your right. Take the variation of your arm. Or sometimes it's quite nice just on the heart center, but avoid dropping forward. So maintain that and lift off your heart. And slowly release, rolling onto your shoulders. And from here, we're going to come to tree pose. Bring the right foot inside of your left thigh, or you can bring it to your calf or to your ankle. So wherever your legs, if your hips is open up, you can bring it up. Got any knee issue that struggle with it, just don't do it. Just bring it to the calves. So bring the palms to heart center, or you can create your tree. Any variation of your arms can come into. Otherwise, this is quite nice. And trying to hold stillness and allowing you to feel that your head is absolutely light. And slowly bring your knee forward first and slide the right foot down. Over the other side, same thing. Firm your right foot down first, spreading your toes. And avoid pressing your left foot, just your right, so your right hip sticking out. So draw it in and find the lift, lifting your kneecap up, a gentle hug of your belly, and maintain the long spine. Just taking your focus to one point. And slowly bring your knee forward and lower it down. From here, we're going to come to the mat. So sitting back down onto your mat. Before we come in lying down onto our back, we're going to just come into a couple of boat before we come down to the mat. So here's your option for your boat. Maintain the length of the spine, bringing your chest forward towards the knees. And you can just hold here. This is absolutely perfect. So otherwise, you can extend your boat. So from here, float your legs up, Hand extended forward as you lower it down. Activating your core, flexing your toes forward towards your shin. So we got 2 more. Find your boat and lower down. And boat and hold. Chest forward and lift. And lower down one last time. And come forward. And from here, you're going to come to tabletop. And just wiggle up your tail here, loosen up any tension. So we're going to come into our hips first. So bring the right foot to the outside of your right hand. So we're coming to dragon pose. So from here, sink further to the front hip and also bring the left hip forward, but not collapsing into your lower back. So you can use block or stay up on your hand, whatever it is to find comfort without tensing up. So once you feel that you're locking onto your hips, then you're going too far. So otherwise, turn the right foot out. Some of you guys might want to come onto the other edge of your right foot. You can come down to your forearm if you wish, and just drop the right knee out. And slowly coming up onto your fingertips. Walk your right foot across your mat to the left side. And we're going to come to pigeon pose. So same thing here. You can use a support. Bring it underneath your glutes, your right glutes, to support you so you don't collapse into one side. And you can just stay up here. This is absolutely fine. Or some of you can extend by coming forward to sleeping swan. The forearms or all the way down. Maintain the left foot pressing down top of the foot towards the mat, so you avoid dropping your heels out to misalign your left hip. And slowly coming up onto your fingertips, back to tabletop, and to downward facing dog, and walking out the dog here, left and right. Just to release your right leg here and the left. Lower your knees down towards the mat. Take your left foot out to the side, setting up for your dragon pose. Walk your left foot slowly up slightly further forward. Turn it out to 45 degrees if it's available for you. And you can open up the sole of your foot to them. You can stay here, as I mentioned before, or otherwise find where you want to go with your dragon pose. But the main focus here is feeling in the release to your right hip, to your left hip, I'm sorry. Maintain the alignment of your right hip. We tend to roll over to one side to the right side in this position. So see if you can bring it back so you can find that alignment. And just pause here. Breathing in and out towards your hips. And slowly coming up onto your fingertips, supporting yourself up. And from here, just walk your left foot across your mat over to the right side. And we're going to setting up here for your pigeon pose. If you've got any issue here with your knee, if you've got a knee problem, and you find this pose is quite challenging for you, while you're doing your pigeon pose, you can guide yourself to wherever you are. And I'll quickly demo to you how you can come and do a pigeon pose on your back. So you're going to lie back onto your back and bring your ankle right over your knee. And you're going to hold from behind or from the top. So guiding this knee out and bringing this head forward. And this is just quite nice here. So that's your modification for pigeon pose. And slowly making your way out. And then from here, extend your leg back and just walking out your dog here, left and right. And from here, you're gonna lower your body down and lie flat onto your mat. So taking your left arm out, so we can open up and do the front body, the shoulder. And from here, you're gonna roll onto your left shoulder. Pick up the right leg and bring it behind you. And use something to support your head, or just turn your chin slightly towards your chest to find comfort on your head. Using the right hand to support you, allowing the right knee to just drop out. And slowly coming back to your belly. Extend the right leg out. Extend the left arm out to the side. Same thing here. And roll onto your right shoulder. Bringing the left foot behind. You can leave your left fingertips in front of you, or you can bring it behind your back to support your back. And slowly returning back to your belly. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift your body up. And from here, just coming out, tuck your toes under. And just hold on to your heels and just lift your chest. And slowly curling forward and roll onto your back. So once you arrive there, so we're going to find happy baby. Bending your knee. And just allow your hips to move from side to side. And slowly hugging your knees in. And allow your legs to extend out to find your Savasana. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoy your practice. And I'll see you next time. Namaste.